Hey guys, before I start today's video, I wanted to ask that you please like and subscribe. I will be doing a giveaway once I hit 50 followers on YouTube, and I'll post another video about that. Everybody likes free things, right? I do. So living your life with chronic illness can be very scary. It's very unpredictable. It is just, you don't really know how you're going to feel from one day to the next. So a lot of times it's really hard to make big plans or set big goals often in the future because you don't really know how you're going to feel, you don't know how you're going to be, and trust me, I 100% get that. I personally have trained to compete in NPC bikini competitions over 4 times. Now, I only was successful one of those times, and it wasn't from lack of will, it wasn't from determination, it was just the fact that I was not able to reach those goals because my lupus got in the way. I would flare up, I would get really sick, I wouldn't be able to eat anything, my GI would get really bad, I would like bloat, and it looked like I was housing a baby in my stomach. It was just really bad. I had ended up in the hospital. I was constantly running fevers. It just was a non-stop thing. And you would think that each time that it happened, I would say, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I quit. But I didn't. I kept going and going and going. And that confused a lot of people. For many reasons. One, they were like, you have a chronic illness, why are you trying to do this? 2, they didn't understand why I continued to get up over and over and over again after failing. And it really was for one main reason. I was aware that I could fail. I was aware that this may not happen and I may not reach my goal. That was fine. I knew that going in. And I think that it's important that we see that and we go, you know what? This may or may not happen. I don't know. But it doesn't mean that we shouldn't start now to work towards something later. So I think that it's super important that we do a couple of things when setting big picture goals. And it's just an outline to help you be like, you know what? It's attainable. This can happen. This is something to work towards. You know, last year my big one was to run daily. It was to make sure that I'm doing at least 30 minutes of cardio. It was to, you know, push myself to keep going and to go do things, to get out in the world, to go paddleboarding, to go hiking, to go, like, just to do things, to go on that big New York trip that I was so scared to go on, you know, after everything had happened in 2016. So it's all about setting small goals and big goals to get you there. And this is what I do to get there. So the first thing you're going to want to do is obviously set your goals. What do you want to accomplish for the year? I don't want to hear that we're already through February and it's already March and like, no. Start today. Start tomorrow. I don't care. Just start, plan some goals. Some things that you want to do, write them down, and let's work towards them together. 2 would definitely be to set milestone goals. So have your big goal and then have your small goal. So if your big goal at the end of the year is to be able to spend a week in the Bahamas, and that's, you know, what you want to do, or you want to be able to do that, okay, so you're going to be out in the sun a lot. Schedule some days to be out in the sun, to enjoy some sun. Schedule some days to go to the lake or to the beach, or set a small trip aside to prep yourself up for that. You know, make sure, obviously, if money's an issue, make sure you got your money saved. So if running is a goal for you, start with walks, brisk walks. You want to do a 5K in 7 months. do some brisk walks, start a couple of times a week. You know, I love Couch to 5K, and before I used it, I could not run at all. I hated running, I despised it. And once I started using that, it got so much easier. It lets you listen to music, but it's still somebody talking in your ear and every now and then. So it's great to utilize when you are a new runner. Now I use the Nike running app, and I absolutely love that app. But I definitely think if I would have started out with that, I probably would have stopped running because it doesn't give you that new runner support, I feel like, that Couch to 5K did. And be realistic for these milestone goals. So don't expect for a milestone goal to be to run a 5K if you haven't ran and you're going to try to do it in 3 months. So that way you can do, you know, a half marathon in 6 months. Like, be realistic about it. That way you don't, you know, get bummed out when you don't achieve these goals. 3 would definitely be to celebrate the small stuff just like you would the big stuff, because they're both things that you've accomplished, that you've set out to accomplish, and you have. And that's awesome. Like, you know, don't be like, oh, well, you know, I've been walking 3 times a week. No, like, that's awesome. Go for it. Celebrate and let everybody know it. And if they don't want to know, then why are they in your life? 4 would definitely have to be to expect that you may not reach these goals. And I know that's hard because when you set out to achieve something, you want to achieve something. You want to hit those goals. You want to be successful. But here's the thing. Unfortunately, we have been a part of a group of people who have an unpredictable life. We do. I wish that I could say that we didn't and that I knew what tomorrow was going to hold. But even for me, I don't know what tomorrow's going to hold. I could wake up tomorrow with 103-degree fever and I can't get out of bed and I can't close my hands. That's just how it works. All we can do is prepare for, you know, success to achieve these goals, do what we can on our end, and then just adjust. Be ready to adjust your goals based on your circumstances. I always say that living with lupus is a life of circumstance. All the time. I hate that. I hate saying that. When I first said it, it was terrible. You know, I used to look at it in such a negative way, you know, and I had people in my life at the time who were like, well, you know, we could never plan anything because you're, you know, we don't ever know what's going to be wrong with you. And those are the types of people that you want out of your life. This is just something that we have to deal with. Some people, you know, have kids that they have to plan around, or some people have sick family members that they have to plan around, or some people have a job or school or anything else. This is just our circumstance. And I know that it's probably not the same as saying like, oh, I have kids. Like, I get it. Obviously, I'm not saying they're the same thing at all. All I'm saying is that we have to plan based on our illness. It sucks, but I mean, what are we going to do? You know, we're here, we're moving forward, and we're just going to keep trucking along. 5th would have to definitely be just live fearlessly. And I know that a lot of people are like, okay, this is fucking stupid. I think it is. I think that it is the stupidest thing. I still say it to myself every single day when I wake up in the morning. I hate when people are like, oh, live your best life. Like, and I say it all the time as a joke because I'm like, oh, live your best life. You know, I'm just living my best life. It's in my Instagram bio. I think it's hilarious. We have to embrace the fact that we have an unknown, okay? I know for a lot of people, they deal with anxiety, and I will make another video on my experience with anxiety because I definitely have a new outlook on it than I did 3 years ago. But we have to just keep going, keep pushing, not knowing what may happen tomorrow. Okay, well, fuck it. I'm sorry, pardon my language, but just keep going. Like, keep pushing, keep doing great things. Yes, okay, something may happen to me tomorrow. I may go into kidney failure in 6 months. But at the end of the day, whose fault is it? It's no one's fault except for my own if I live the rest of my life in fear because of a what if. It's, at the end of the day, it's just how it is. Like, I refuse to live, and it's different for other people. Nobody sees this the same, and that's cool. Some people are going to be like, oh yeah, like what she's saying makes total sense. Other people are going to be like, you know what, fuck you don't know my life, and that's cool. I don't care. You know, it's about respecting each other, respecting each other's journey, and for me, it's about staying positive and looking at it like, you know what, I'm going to live my life to the best of my abilities right now. I want to be like, oh my God, that sunrise walk that I took along the beach, I was exhausted, but it was worth it. Every single second of it was worth it. That run when I ran for the people who have passed on Memorial Day, that was worth it. Like, every single goal that I've attained has been worth it. It's been scary. I've been scared. I've been like, oh shit, what if I don't do it? Do you think that, like, competing, I trained to compete so many times, and every single time it got harder and harder because people were looking at me like, oh, well, like, are you ever gonna, like, you keep saying you're gonna do it, but you never do it, so, like, is it really real? It's annoying. It's hard. I hate hearing goals like that. I hated hearing it, and that's so frustrating, but you still have to work to achieve them, because if not, no one's going to achieve everything or anything ever because they're worried. And my last thing would be, don't listen to what anyone says. Now, I'm not saying this in the sense of this is an unrealistic goal and your doctor said it was an unrealistic goal, so if he says or she says that it's an unrealistic goal, don't do it. Don't take my words out of context like that, please. That's how people get sued. I'm not trying to get sued. Expect for people to be like, this is dumb. Or for people to be unsupportive. Or for people to, you know, say like, well, I've done that and it just wasn't really that great. Screw it. If you want to do something, say your goals to it and do it. Don't care what anybody says aside from your doctor. Live your best life, like I just said. And just keep continuing to push for these things, because there's always going to be somebody that's like, that's really stupid. That is a dumb goal. Why would you want to do that? When I told people I wanted to start a YouTube channel, they looked at me like I was crazy, like I was a nut job. Why would I want to do that? It's hard, it's unrealistic, this is, you know, it's going to take too much of your time, it's hard to gain followers, it's hard. And at the end of the day, I let that set me back so many times. And I planned to start a YouTube probably for 3-4 years, and I never did because everyone was so negative about it. And it wasn't until my husband was like, you should just do it. Make your YouTube channel. What are you waiting for? And then I was like, what am I waiting for? Like, I really should just make this freaking YouTube channel and just do it. Like, why am I holding on to what people are saying and these negative words? It just doesn't make any sense. At the end of the day, it's your life. So if you're accomplishing something that makes you absolutely happy, just do it. Like, go and do it. Don't let anything stop you from your happiness. And if it means that much to you, to where you're waking up or you think about it, you know, multiple times a day, or you think about it multiple times a week, it means something to you. Like, that means that it's something that you want to work towards. I am exhausted. I am 28 years old. I'm going to be 29. I work a full-time job. I try to be active. I'm a wife. Like, we have a little dog. He's not a puppy. He's a full-grown dog. We keep calling him a puppy. He's not. He's grown. But, and I go to school full-time. I'm exhausted. I don't want to be in school right now. I'm learning about stuff that I'm like, this is not going to be useful in my everyday life. But it's something that I wasn't able to do because I was sick and I was feeling really bad when I was younger. And it's something that I never stopped thinking about. I kept waking up. I kept, thinking about it a couple of times a day. And if it's that important, sits on your mind that much, then it obviously means something. It's hard. It's hard sometimes. But goals are hard for anyone. Big goals, small goals, they can be hard for anybody, whether they have a chronic illness or not. And it's really important that we differentiate what is hard because it's just hard, or hard because we literally can't. So I hope you guys go out and make some goals and accomplish some really dope-ass stuff. And I really would love to see the goals that you have set for yourself. So either hit me up on Instagram or comment below, and I'm really excited to see them. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you would please subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm super curious to see what your goals are going to be for the year. So comment below or hit me up on Instagram. I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful week, and I'll see you in my next video on Sunday. Bye, guys.